Sorry about that. The system crashed. The system crashed. Part two. Part two. We'll wait for some people to come in. Sorry about that. You made it, yeah. The internet just crashed for a second. So, yeah. So, as far as I'm concerned, and again, I've told people it's very easy for a lot of people to feel anger toward Merb. And I do too at times. But also you got to recognize, I think if you start learning about narcissism, and we all have a bit of narcissism in us, right? So I'm not diagnosing, because I know we all, it's called the ego, have narcissism in us. Some people have it more than others. But a full-blown narcissist, it's all about power, taking your control. So if you react with anger, or even react in any way, like I am now, that's exactly what she wants, okay? But I'm just doing it more for a public service announcement, okay? Because I don't care what she says, as far as a quote-unquote rebuttal, okay? Nor am I expecting one. I don't give a shit, okay? But so what happens is you don't give the power back, right? You completely ignore the narcissist. Completely. Completely. Out of sight, nothing. You don't answer their phone calls. You don't answer their emails. Nothing. And once they realize that you have not given your power back, that is when you see what we see now from her behaviors, as in last night or early this morning, whatever time she was up till, is trying to destroy a person's character because you are no longer tangible to her, because she's lost the grip, she's lost the power. So remember that. Hey, hell to the no, welcome back. So if she's upsetting you, just try to think about that. And honestly, there are tons of channels out there on YouTube by professional psychologists, psychiatrists that talk about narcissism, psychopathy, borderline personality disorder. Okay, and what better way is to start educating yourself? And it can be draining. It can be draining, and it can be difficult at first, because a lot of people who have a friend or a spouse, a partner has narcissistic traits in them, the first thing is denial, right? Excuses. Well, they've been through a lot, and we hear it all the time. They've been through so much. This is why he or she is like this. They want you to believe that, but you've got to look at their patterns of behavior. Okay, were they like that before, whatever tragedy they may have experienced? Was it sudden, like all of a sudden, say, say somebody lost their job, okay? All of a sudden, they start acting out of control, so it's an acute change, okay? As opposed to chronic, the same old, So you can see it, like if somebody, experienced something that hurt them or affected them, you would see an acute change in their behavior. But if you've seen them chronically, and it's accelerated, yeah, but that behavior was always there. You're just seeing a part of that person that they haven't shown you yet. if that makes sense. Hey, Dandy. You got the day off tomorrow? Mighty Cat, welcome back. 3 people, I'm you, me, and mirrors. Yeah, well, narcissists don't look into mirrors. What narcissists see when they look into a mirror is you. They see you, the victims. They don't see themselves. They won't even look into a mirror. Hey, Nancy. Hi, Marilyn. Oh, whatever happened to the lady from Kentucky? Lady A, analyzer, the cancer scammer? Oh, boy. I believe she never left YouTube. She's still out there. You know, and there's another example of somebody whose behavior escalated, you know, never changed but got worse. And thinks, you know, well, that was in the past, that I faked a terminally ill disease and used my son also as part of my ploy, my scam, her minor child. So I believe, and she's like other people where, you know, narcissistic doesn't like you to have friends, and she comes in, she tries to divide and destroy and cause chaos. And yeah, I haven't followed her in, I'd say, 2.5 years maybe. And if there were places I'd go to and she pops up, I don't stay. I used to parody her. She's faked a pregnancy since then. She's uploaded cooking videos pretending that it was her cooking it, you know, because and we found the proof. She's faked a miscarriage and used a picture of bloody sheets and a baby's, bloody sheets. She tried to trick a real life boyfriend. She divorced her husband, or he divorced her, and image search brought it to a baby website where a toddler had a bloody nose, and that's what you were seeing, sheets from a toddler's bloody nose. Yeah, she's the same. Wow, she's slandering everyone again, and her chats are sympathetic to her. Stay strong, ladies. Yeah, and with narcissists, it's all about them, right? It's like a child, you know, a toddler that thinks the trees, God made the trees just for them. The world revolves around them, and there are adults who think that way. And analyzer is the same way. And if someone else comes on and they on her platform to speak and they start talking about themselves or their family, she becomes silent. She wouldn't engage because the topic wasn't about her or around her, you know. It's interesting you brought her up. Knitting artisan, that was analyzer. She was pretended she had multiple myeloma, which is a life-threatening, it'll kill you. It's a terminal cancer. It's slow. It's progressive, slow progression. But, and at the time she did that, my very best friend, who was my first love, had multiple myeloma. So I knew a lot about it, and she tried to tell people that she went to the ER to get a stem cell transplant, or her son was the donor in the ER. Yeah. Well, thank you, Mika. You can also go back to my oldest videos. Just look up most popular, and you'll see some Lady A, Miss Analyzer. She goes by Miss Pandora now. She was Pandora's Box. She's changed her name a gazillion times, but I've done parodies of her. She wasn't happy about it. She's live now. Yeah, I don't watch her. I couldn't even tell you what her name is now or where her channel is. She never camps up. If you look up Lady A on YouTube, there's a lot of clip channels that have covered her over the years. She's held up a rifle, cammed up. Is this what y'all want? And she had a Nike shirt on that said, just do it. Just like Merb had the shirt on yesterday that says, ISHOOT, people. Yeah. Lady Analyzer, Miss Analyzer, had a Nike shirt on that said, just do it. And she held up a rifle over her head. Or up to her head. Is this what y'all want? Is this what y'all want to do? For me to do? The cancer and the divorce were the last I ever saw. And it was enough. Yeah. Yeah. They got divorced, and her ex-husband has custody of their son. She lost custody. Thanks, Kayla. I started taking Mucinex too, which I think is helping my cough. What's going on again? What did Peg say? Oh, Merb is really upsetting me. She's talking smack about people I adore. She is over there lying her ass off. Is it like a part 2 from yesterday's? Yeah, Jimmy needs to pull the reins, and is he even around? You know, if she keeps this up, someone's going to end up, probably calling the police for a wellness check. I swear to God. And this is why she gets herself into more trouble. And I certainly won't be the one to do it, but I'll tell you something. This is why people get called on. They used to do it with Miss Analyzer, too. I'm so depressed, Miss Analyzer. I'm so depressed. And I just can't go on anymore. And I'm dying, and I have cancer. And I'm so confused. I don't know whether to scratch my wrist or look at my ass. I'm so confused like a fart in a fan factory. Yeah, people would do wellness checks on her. And then the cops would show up and she'd be like, "Hi, officer. I'm fine. I'm having a barbecue tomorrow. Would y'all like to come?" Because she claimed all the cops were her cousins. I'm going to start talking like Analyzer. I'm not making fun of the southern accent. I'm parodying her. I don't know where Jimmy is. She makes me want to puke. She said everything is going to change for her, but will she log off? Well, if she keeps this up, yeah. She's looking for a lot of change. That's the way the universe works. What you put out there is what y'all get back. Whether it's good or bad, depending on what you choose, you are what you create. And I can't stop talking like Analyzer. In fact, I wish I was on StreamYard because I'd offer her a link. She's as tough as a $2 steak. Even not feeling well, your mimicry is fantastic. Well, thank you. Stupid Merb is literally conducting a mass strike panel against my channel right this minute. Strike my channel. Really? What are you going to strike it for? Fair use? Fair use? Just my opinion, just like you're speaking your opinion. Y'all don't want to strike my channel. Mama doesn't work anymore like that. It's fair use. I'm not even clipping your live stream. Nothing. Nothing. No, your channel? Hell to the no, not mine. Shoot. Wasn't last night enough for her? Wasn't she done? Enough. She has more to say. She has no lawyer. No, she doesn't. Because a lawyer would tell her to stop. That she has the right to remain silent. No, really, a lawyer. It's common sense. She's incriminating herself, and any lawyer would be like, no thank you, I can't do you as a client. Even if they made buco bucks off of her, because I can imagine how much lawyers charge and how many times she'd be on the phone talking to them. Even a lawyer who could make $1 million off of her if she had it would say, I can't. You're fired. Hey, Big Mama. Space Monster, hello. Space Monster, you did an excellent live stream. I watched the replay this morning. Excellent. Thank you for that. Very informative. Mary says, if she's a lawyer, you're the Virgin Mary. Whoa. Like I said, when the narcissist realizes they've lost power, you're not feeding them anymore, okay? For their narcissistic supply, what they do next is they start to assassinate your character. Because you're no longer tangible to them, you know? They can't feed off of you, okay? So remember that this is the progression, or this is just another attempt. So they're going to try to assassinate your character and threaten you and make you out to be the worst person in the whole wide world. Again, with no proof. And she's got her stupid subscribers, you know, giving her accolades and lifting her up amidst her bad behaviors. You know, it's quite pathetic. And also, if anyone were to go in there and not agree and be respectful, she orders her moderators to delete them. Now, yesterday, we had a woman in there who is a rambler, who had a difference of an opinion, and I allowed her to stay. Unfortunately, one of the mods timed her out. I didn't see the comment. I wish I'd had. But that's okay. I apologize. I didn't see the comment if it was delete worthy or timed out worthy. But anyway, she was in there for a while, and her and I were actually engaging in a conversation. And this was a rambler, a diehard fan to my ramblings, which is fine. You can have difference of opinions, right? As long as we're respectful, but not if you go over to Merbs. You know, you could just disagree with her over a price on a product that she's selling, and you're deleted. So she's created, that cult-like atmosphere, not cult-like, a cult, where she can control everything, what her mods do, the people that come in who she doesn't appreciate because they don't agree with her, she gets rid of. So she's created, a channel that revolves around her, obviously, and usually when a creator comes to YouTube, it shouldn't be all about you. You should be creative or, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, with her, it's me, 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 me. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. And if that's her description, what's your channel about? If anyone were to ask, say it's about me. I'm a victim, because that's the role that she is playing. Vera, how are you? Wait, I'm a wrench? Yeah, you have been. I think. And Space Monster, happy summer, is it? It's our first day of spring, fall, but Australia only has 2 seasons. Merv doesn't understand that either. Doesn't understand why Australia only has 2 seasons and we have 4. But anyway, I heard it's a pretty big weekend for you all, as you explained in your live stream with soccer. Yes, you're heading into summer. And we're heading into winter. Ugh. You'll see, maybe she forgot all those screenshots from Slack, which she threatened about 10 times. You know, in Hell to the No, you can certainly drop your link to your backup channel. That's not to say she's going to succeed, but just in case something is pending or whatever, you have your backup channel. She read from a CPS letter but didn't show the actual words. Because there is no proof. Vera, Space Monster, I laughed myself to sleep listening to you last night. Space Monster can be quite funny. And someone commented about her roasting, and I do agree, she gives a good roast. She said my attorney fired me. She knows, well, this is what I mean. This is absurd. It's delusional. She's trying to live your life and that's how she presents it. So again, she's trying to destroy your character because she's lost her power. Pink, we need a deprogramming retreat. And shame on, I don't even feel bad for Jimmy anymore. Forget it, Jimmy. You don't need to blink twice for help. I don't care if your eyes stay glued shut, which obviously they are because you're blind to all this that's going on. Your wife is falling apart. Okay, you both have children that you still need to raise. Okay, this is not healthy. You know, it's complete and utter dysfunction. And it's quite sad. It's quite sad that you would let your wife deteriorate to this point. Yeah, Jimmy who. There you go. This Hell to the Nose backup channel. So, and if you're a creator and you have a community tab, if you can share that as well. It's pure neglect, yeah. But it blows my mind that when people do this like Merv, and she's only hurting herself, and she doesn't see it, you know? it's like the narcissist not having that part of the brain in them, like I explained with HG Tutor. You know, it's unfathomable to me. It's just, you know, because, but what they don't have, they don't miss it. So that's how you have to look at narcissism, or, you know, a psychopath, sociopath, is if it's not there, they have nothing to compare it to. There's nothing to miss or to work toward. Right, held to the no. You will show, yeah, there's so much proof. Even when Randy showed the proof again, I'm promoting the water park. And then a month later, I never said that, but yet there's actual proof. This is just one example of many. Actual proof. Yet none of her subs ask her, well, geez, Carolyn, you know, they did put the proof. No, none of her subs, no, they don't question her, ever. Ever. Kayla, it's Pink Lady Luck 4, the number 4 at gmail.com. Stockholm Syndrome. She's hating on Gordon because he's a real gentleman. Yeah, I heard that she's even questioning his military background. I'm just like, how can you do that? So she's speculating, or not even speculating, these are her thoughts in her head. Oh, I bet, you know, I could say that he's not even in the military. So every stupid thought that comes in her head, she has to, you know, purge out of her mouth. It's disgusting. You know, here's a guy that served our country. So she could be free to spew this bullshit. And this is what she does to the very people who protect our country and give us the freedom to be free. And our freedom of speech, which has limitations. But Merv doesn't seem to understand that. You just can't go around doing this to people and say, well, it's freedom of speech. Hi, Mandy. Welcome, everybody. She doesn't see herself and how she's making us feel, her need to lecture us like children. It's a need for herself, though, you know? And that's what narcissists do. The world, everything revolves around them. You could sit there and scream to her, didn't you see the proof on It's Randy's live stream of you saying you were hired to promote the water park? It's right there in your words. And she will completely ignore it. Completely. Or delete that person if they ask that in chat. So I don't know, with one thing with narcissism, I don't know if it's that they don't see it, they don't choose to believe it, or they're intentionally ignoring it. I don't. Yeah, that's where I get stumped. Kayla, you're welcome. I mean, I don't know everything about narcissism. You know who's really good is Casbat. She's presented a lot of topics on narcissism. I've only learned through, you know, professionals on YouTube, through books about narcissism, through other people's experiences with their partner, their spouse, or a child, believe it or not. But most people who've actually been in a relationship with a narcissist are the best teachers. Steal more people's work, Mert. We will report you from now on every time you read and steal our work. She's saying that they have passes to go to the water park. I can't remember what else. But she's saying that everyone now is being investigated by the water park, and they apologize to her. Hi, Deadly Queens. The regurgitation of her self-victimization will continue. It outgoes anyone who might question her mental stability and her moral integrity. Correct. Okay, Helton, no. So, yeah. So you gotta wonder, like, there's no end game. It's like the never-ending song. It goes on and on and on and on, right? But something's gotta give. What goes up must come down. It's physics. It's life. I don't know in the life of a narcissist what happens when it gets this accelerated. Do some end up getting into trouble with the law? You know what I mean? I've never taken it that far, because it's a lot to absorb and learn. But I haven't gotten to the part. I just know that people end up leaving their partner if they're a narcissist and not engaging with them. But what a narcissist goes through after that, without their partner, I don't know. I mean, they have to thrive on something to get their narcissistic supply. So, but when the person is physically not there, like I said, I think I answered my own question. They start to try to destroy a person's character. So the person doesn't have to be within sight of them to do that. And it could be maybe contacting their job or creating everything we see Merb doing, you know, creating false stories, no proof, trying to implement fear into their victim by using a third party. Just like she's reaching out to that Ian Lee, and previous to that, that other girl on YouTube that had tons of followers. That didn't last long. So now, you know, let me reach out to other people and align myself with them to get my narcissistic supply that way. It's crazy. She's in a closed meeting. What does that mean? Like a members only? %85 of domestic violence, stalking, injury happens after the partner leaves. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Knitting artisan, I'm a target of a smear campaign by my ex, and his stuff is bad enough that I had a talk with the people surrounding him because I felt it was my duty to warn them, but they believed him right now. That's a tough one. Yeah. But, you know your truth, and I know it's easier said than felt. But I always think that eventually the truth does rise, with or without you to tell anybody that, because of the narcissist's own actions. You know, they recycle through people, you know, because after a while, don't the people who surround the narcissist eventually catch on? Eventually. It could take time. And then they start another whole group of friends and start the process all over again. You even went to the police. It's not bad. Yeah. She has started striking in the closed meeting now. What's a closed meeting? I thought she was going to do that all day today. So she's waiting till tonight to do it. You hear the train. Facade, yeah. A closed meeting is members only Zoom. But it's public. Of course it's public because she has to have all the attention around her. So she's striking, attempting to strike Hell to the Nose channel of the water park for footage that Merb has used herself. At Pink, there is a Zoom. In a Zoom to strike my channel, I'll have every sub strike you, Merb. Merb knows how that feels. Remember when her channel got terminated a few years ago? She had a petition going around for everyone to sign it. And ended up going over to YouTube team, Twitter, begging for her channel back. And that's the thing with YouTube, for all of us, we never know when our channels will be taken. That's why I could never do it as a job. You're fired. I mean, that's it. Everything people have worked toward, you know, gone. And most narcissists run their own businesses. Like a lot of CEOs, these Fortune 500 companies are often, most often, run by a narcissist because they cannot work around people in a higher position than they are. You don't have any water park videos. She's got nothing to strike you on. It's fair use. That's the bullshit she does in the background. Hell to the no. She wants, hi Paisley, she went to a new kind of evil tonight. She's disgusting. I don't know, I thought last night was pretty bad, especially throwing someone's husband under the bus and denying them of their military status. That's okay, Mono. Nana Patty, too? No, Kayla, I never had a fever, honey. Never. No fever, no sore throat, no loss of appetite. I've been boosted. I've only had one booster, but I imagine if I wasn't, it could be a lot worse. What is she gonna? How can she strike Nana Patty's videos? Is she gonna strike her chicken? And And you know, if she's saying on her live, I'm going to strike you and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, that's what you submit to YouTube, because that's false striking. That's like revengeful. And she could actually lose her channel for that. Literally, she could lose her channel for that. Like, this is what I mean. She's not looking at consequences. And she can't blame us for that. YouTube doesn't allow false striking, and it's in terms of service. You will lose your, you possibly, most likely will lose your channel, especially if you can prove to YouTube that this is out of revenge by showing them a live stream where it's beyond, you know, I'm striking your channel, but her anger, her resentment, her wanting control, complete control, and not seeing it as fair use. Yeah, I guess she's gonna strike your chicken, Nana Patty. Jeez. You see, you don't have to do anything. Like Nana Patty, like, does her cooking videos. She doesn't want to talk about Merb. She doesn't bring Merb up on her channel. And that's killing Merb to know that. Because again, you're not giving the power back to the narcissist. So now Merb's next move is to try to destroy Nana Patty's character. Or make her into somebody she is not, thus wanting to strike her channel. Because you can see it, she's lost control of the person physically, you know. She's not getting a reaction back from a lot of people. See, right now, she's probably in the back of her mind saying, oh, thank God Pink's talking about me. Somebody's giving me attention, even negative attention. So, someone like Nana Patty, who has moved on, and not making Merb a topic in her channel, is what Merb is upset with. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing to Hell to the Nose Backup channel. She should stop trying to control everyone and just get on with her own channel. You can't mandate. It's like no matter what you say. She doesn't see it that way. Never will. Never will. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So if you stop talking about her completely, as if she didn't exist, she will still insert herself into your silence. It's sick. It's sickening. Speaking of tagging, hashtagging somebody else's name in your videos is not against terms of service. In fact, I encourage it. Okay? I used to be bothered if someone hashtagged my name if they did a shitty video. Not anymore, I'm not. No, it's almost like an accolade. It's giving me recognition. So I'm surprised that bothers her. And, you know, of course, I put best community in YouTube as a hashtag. But first of all, I wasn't the first one that started that. And what better way, you know, to be heard, you know? And I really think we have the best community here on YouTube, okay? So what? The thing is, people can't put in the same hashtags? Is that a new rule? Just like, you know, addressing someone's large feet size is not against terms of service. I'll look again, but I don't believe I saw that in their updated versions of violations regarding terms of service. I will look again and put in for keywords like croc. Exactly. Look at what she did to news tubers and myself. Bloody weirdo. Bloody twat. She's upset that she was called a twat. I can think of a lot more words than twat that are quite more offensive. I don't think twat is a bad word. Twat and croc. Oh, those almost rhyme. Yeah, those chicken breasts are mean. You know what? I got it, Nana Patty. I know why you're being striked. I know why. Did you expose the breasts of your chicken? Were they breast side up or down? Think about it. Take a minute. Think back. Trace your steps. I absolve pineapples. The only thing that will ever stop Merb's assaults on everyone is when her entire channel is terminated. She will be in the Zoom meeting all by herself. Oh, if that happens, well, she's got a backup channel, right? Her craft channel that she never uses. That's why she created a backup channel, in my opinion. Nana Patty, have you thought about it yet? Were the breasts exposed? Or did you have the breasts down in the pan? I know you put the dressing on, but were they exposed before the dressing when you went live? I remember your husband throwing some chicken breasts in. He was touching the breast with both hands. This could be a problem. You did expose the thighs. I think the thighs are okay. Those don't fall under violations of TOS. But I do remember, did I just call your husband Jimmy? I hope not. I do remember your husband holding some chicken breasts in both hands without the dressing. That could be a violation. Serious one. Oh, Pink, did you see what Nana Patty's husband made? Yes, Kayla, that little bear thing in the in a bathroom. That was adorable. Muppets and Manilow, he's giving it to her. He's crafty. It's so sweet. Micah, surely that sweater she wore is a violation. Not only is it a violation, it should be an arrestable offense. Yeah, can somebody drop Hell to the Nose backup channel again? It was the thighs and not the breasts, but the hubby might have held the breasts. I know he held the breast, Nana. I saw it. I saw him. I can't lie under oath. Both hands. And he wasn't exactly gentle. If they make me write an affidavit or something, I don't know if I can lie under TOS oath. I know, Jenny, right? What a husband. Crafty, cooks, military, best friend, handsome, dreamy Gordon. Absolutely. To me, what what can't that man do, you know? She said she knows your name and where you lived in yesterday's live. Who, to me? I don't know. The thing is, I have two properties. One's a rental. So, and that's what I used to be concerned about that when people first started swatting calls. I actually drove up, which was an almost an hour drive to my police station for the city town that my rental is in, to inform that police that if they get a call, and I had to tell them all about this YouTube crap because I had renters at that time who I also had to tell them this could happen, which could have affected my livelihood as far as rental income. Can you imagine, your landlord telling you that and you're just like, you're a weirdo. Like, Pink is too smart to be intimidated. She'll never intimidate me. Never. Don't take my... How's that go? Don't take my kindness for weakness. There you go. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Ever. Right there? Yeah, that shirt was creepy. Very creepy. I don't think I ever saw her wearing that, but I don't watch her all the time. Have you all ever seen that shirt on her before? And look at, I have no problem, and I'm not just saying this to say it. Ask anyone in my real life. If I were like I always said to you guys, if anyone you go to court, you need support, you let me know. I take planes like they're taxi cabs around here. I'm 15 minutes from the airport. Okay? 15-minute drive, if that. Yeah, about 15 minutes. Of course, there's traffic, but so for me to hop on a plane, and even, 2 years ago, I went to Chicago for lunch. Well, actually, it was dinner. It was a late lunch, early supper. Yeah, my boyfriend had a conference out there, a business meeting in Chicago. He called me up. He's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "Nothing." And he says, "You want to get together for dinner?" And I'm like, "Okay." Drove to the airport, flew out to Chicago. Actually, I went home the next morning. Of course, I had to stay. He bought me dinner. You know how that goes. And I flew home the next morning. So it's nothing for me. If I'm determined to do something, I do it. She does not have the money to take everyone to court. No. In defamation cases, this is ridiculous. We saw it with the Depp case. She'll be subject to cross-examination, okay? It goes both ways. So, her life will be exposed just as she will try to expose the lives of those she's suing. And a lot of defamation cases, that's explained, the judge can actually order without your permission, your consent, your mental health records to be brought in to a defamation case. Okay? So you don't have control over everything in a defamation trial. No, no, no. And then your family will be subjected to taking the stand. For example, Jimmy's been around a lot of these lives or participated in them one way or the other. And what happens is, you open up that box, and then all of a sudden, the lawyer, when cross-examination, then they start pulling the pieces of his life out, So it's tough. It's tough. I know you have 2 properties. I remember I was around from your first day on your channel, The Good Old Days, Pink and Crush, best laughs ever. Oh, Lisa, do you remember when I used to throw the firecrackers out of the window at the end of my live streams? I used to throw a firecracker out and then I'd duck. I still have firecrackers. They're in my top bureau drawer in my bedroom next to the underwears. And that's all I think about is after my live streams, for the big bang out, I would light a firecracker and throw it out the window. Yeah, renters, of course. I mean, it was embarrassing. I was really fearful that they were going to be like, why would people do that? They weren't on YouTube. They have no idea that these things go on. And it was stressful, to think that, they could be awoken in the middle of the night and their lives are in danger, so. That shirt's a whack job. I've never seen it on her. Hey, sticky tape. Thank you. I have no problem staying firm. It's who I am, She certainly isn't going to change that. Was her chicken topless? Karen, her chicken was completely naked. Completely exposed. Exposed. And can you imagine if she's, live now? So she's having all these people help her mass flag, right? What a position she's putting other people in for her own needs. On a public platform. And these people are willing and ready. They're willing participants, which is really sad that, it's either choose joy or misery, okay? And they're willing to choose misery and do this and put themselves out on a public platform and to show their vindictiveness as a group. Narc supply, yeah. Oh, hell to the no, you're welcome. We've got your back. She announced people to join her on a panel to assist in the strikes. So all you have to do is record that. That's mass flagging. That's a termination for her channel. That is a termination. That's how dumb she is. That's how wrapped up she is in her own self that she cannot see consequences. Like she's in a rage. It's like a blackout when someone drinks, okay? Or actually, when people do rage, actually, I'm wrong. They do go into blackouts without alcohol. What am I saying? That's true. So she's actually telling people to do this, encouraging mass flagging on her own panel. And that's an automatic termination from YouTube. There's no appeal. Nothing. Let her do it. Let her do it. No one's forcing her to do it. We're not saying, yeah, do it, do it. I'm telling her, don't do it, Merb. Don't do it. You will lose your channel. She'll lose her channel for this. It's one thing to do it behind the scenes, but she's going public and encouraging people to come up and do it with her, to mass flag. Wow. She's going to lose her channel, y'all. She's going to lose it. And you know what? She's going to blame us. You heard her here first. You heard her here first. Merb, don't do it. Don't do it. You're on a public platform. You're encouraging people, all these people, to put in multiple strikes. And people are able to record you and send this to YouTube. And you will lose your channel. And I'm not saying that, oh, don't strike. Please don't strike. No, I'm telling you as a creator and the rules of terms of service, what you are doing is a severe violation, and you will automatically lose your channel. I can't clip it because I'm on my phone. It was on the last 5 minutes of her live. Is her live over? Somebody must have clipped it. Someone must have audio recorded it. Her live is over. You talk about that cliche, shooting myself in the foot. Oh my God. You think she hid the live? I'm sure someone's got it recorded. And you know something? Even if she hid it, all people have to do is held to the know if she does this. You inform YouTube that she hid the live stream. You encourage them to look. They can still look at it. They can still look at it even if she has it hidden. And you can also go to YouTube, Twitter, and explain it to them there that you have proof that she encouraged mass reporting, but she hid her live stream. We can't see it, but YouTube can. That's if no one's recorded it. I'm pretty sure someone's got it recorded. I can't believe if a woman of her age going on like this was supposed to mellow, not sour. I feel sad for her, too. Had some good laughs over there. Jealousy and greed took over. She got too big for her boots. Yeah, Karen. It is sad. I mean, I was never a rambler. I didn't develop anything with her. Except maybe heartburn. But no, really, I have no words, you know. I just hope she gets the help. And again, I think a lot of her subscribers are enablers. Absolutely enablers. Again, you're rewarding someone for their bad behavior. I don't know if anyone was in chat who said to her, hey, you know, I really like you, but you're going to lose your channel because you're encouraging mass reporting. You know who I know has it recorded? BX Beast Boy Hell to the no. Reach out to him. He records her. Yep, Vicky. Law of attraction. What you put out into the universe is what you receive back, good or bad. And that's karma. And karma is something that we create on our own. You can't say, you know, I'm going to get karma on you. No, karma is something we, as our own self, create, whether that's good or bad karma. If you say to somebody, I'm going to get you back, karma's going to get you, I'm going to make sure of it, that's actually something that even if you're a Christian, because they claim, you know, so many Christians are like that, you know, hold grudges, I'll get back at you. God said, for vengeance is mine. Okay, it's not yours to take. So you can't wish karma on somebody and say you're a Christian at the same time. Can we get pizza? Mom can't. We can't get pizza, Dad. Why won't she talk to me? What happened with... Why? What happened with the boys? Were they asking for food? So many trusted her, and I was the worst thing in her. And it was the worst thing in our lives. I need a retreat, but others to build ourselves back up. At Pink. I won't sleep after I seen that. So disgusting to do this to good, decent people. Nana Patty, the same for you. Same for Mama Ames. Is that if you receive strikes and that live stream is hidden, you inform YouTube. Go over to YouTube, Twitter, because they're more apt to answer you over there. Ask them to how do I, you know, first when you file the appeal, you know, explain that to them in easiest words. Okay, you don't want to get into emotions and this made me feel like this and this made me feel like that. You just want to put facts down. Okay, like you're in a court of law. Facts. All right. To say how it made me feel is more like a victim impact statement. So you just want to say, live stream has been hidden. There is proof, audio proof, that creator encouraged mass reporting to my channel. And thus I am asking YouTube to review for possible violations of terms of service. Spell it out. Don't put TOS. Spell it out. Terms of service. Live stream is still up. Okay. I'm sure Hell to the No can record it. 1.25 hours in. Okay, thank you. 1 hour, 21 minute mark, 50 seconds. Okay. I just took a screenshot of that. Susie B, thank you. I'll send it to Hell to the No's email. Has Merb always lied like this? When did it start? Vera, I have no idea. I know, you know, a lot of people that support her say, well, you know, it's because of the tragedy she went through. I'm sorry, but again, it's, no. People saw this before that. It's accelerated. But again, we're just seeing more of who a person really is. When you see those same patterns of behavior, and again, I explained it earlier. Now, if something bad, a tragedy happens to a person, you are going to see an acute change in their behavior. Acute meaning right then, you know. as opposed to the same chronic behaviors. It may have not have been as escalated prior, but certainly the behavior was there. Okay, do you follow? So I don't believe for 1 minute, and to use a tragedy to weaponize people is just not right. It's not right, and it's not excusable. And I'm sorry, but when you lose a child or anyone in your family, a parent, a loved one, you honor them. You don't use their memory to weaponize other people. It's just unfathomable to me. Right, knitting artisan. Right. And we see that with a lot of creators. I saw it with Analyzer, the cancer scammer. It was like the same thing. Lots of her subscribers left her. And then she would get a new group of people, and it would start all over again, and then they would leave. And yeah, the cycle continues. Okay, so I'm gonna end this live and get some sleep. Hi, Evie. Yeah, I guess so. I didn't see it, but she encouraged, excuse me, she encouraged mass reporting on a live stream and had people come up and help out with striking channels, I guess, which is an automatic termination from YouTube. And the fact that she said it, it's recorded, that is against terms of service. It's an automatic channel termination. So, and I'm telling her, stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And you can't blame everybody for this. You can't. You can't. You're doing this yourself, your own words, and you are going to lose your channel. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Anybody would say that to you. Any creator that's been around knows that that is an automatic termination of channel. And I'm not saying it because it's Merb. I'm saying it to anybody. Well, Snow Lion, all good things must come to an end. What comes up comes down. YouTube over the years has become more stricter. They're not as tolerant as the year before, and I've seen it. And what happens is, we've been in the community for like 4 years now. What's happened is there's so much that creators could get away. And I'll use, I don't even know who I can use for an example, but a lot of creators got comfortable with their surroundings. Well, I can swear, I can drop the F-bomb a million times, and yet YouTube hasn't done anything. I can dox somebody, I can do this, I can do that. So they became comfortable in their own surroundings, forgetting that YouTube is their boss, right? That they're working for somebody, that you're renting from YouTube. You're renting a office space, right? So now with each year, the rules are getting a little stricter. They're enforcing them a little bit more than the year before. So when they do get a strike or they lose their channel, they're like, I don't understand. I've been doing this for years, and they've done